Okay. Avoiding the slimes and ouch. Okay, again. Avoiding the slimes, avoiding the pillar. No. Hello and welcome. I am o Jogador Intemporal and this is a complete overview of the game Ninja Shadow of Darkness. I'll be showing most of the game, talk about the good stuff, the bad, and whatever I find interesting. First thing you need to know, this game is out to kill you. You learn to fear everything by playing it, it's almost impossible to beat it, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. You understand why. The story is simple. Two great families battled over control of the land. No one ever really won, only resulting in meaningless death. They finally decided to forge a treaty and bring peace to the land. One of them, not satisfied, summoned the devil with a ritual and sold his soul, bringing dark forces to the world that no army could defeat. To have honor, they say, you must walk in the light. But our character instead chose a darker route, sacrificing all and training to become a ninja, a warrior of the shadows, to rid the world of its demonic forces. We start here in this forest, and the game gives you a false sense of security. You have infinite kunai, punch and kick, bombs, magic, enemies come in manageable waves, you can block, the controls are responsive. Doesn't take long and we get to the first sign of what's to come. A spinning trap and beer traps. But that's easy, again, a false sense of security. We keep going and I check the limits of the game, while being hit by a rolling trunk trap. I avoid the second and fall, thinking that I could climb the walls. Don't they look like climbable vines? And of course, more beer traps at the end when you least expect it. Kill a few enemies, look, a chest, but wait. Yeah, more traps. Falling spears. Keep going, spinning traps. Enemies, beer traps got me twice, a chest. Yeah, another trap. And this one takes almost a third of my HP. Now's a good time to say, I'm using an emulator to play this. I load a save stage and keep going, this time avoiding the trap. Because I really enjoy learning a game and trying stuff out, I check if the trap can still hit me after deployed, and yes it can. While cheesing enemies, I learned that the kunai, if blocked, can actually damage me, a clear sign that it probably won't be of much use later on. Now, do you see this? I've only started playing and I'm already fearing traps on every chest. But don't worry, it gets worse. And then we learn that ninjas can't swim. We have to follow the light blue path, kill giant crabs, and fall to our death, platforming, avoiding giant piranhas. I think I found a secret chest under the waterfall, but actually it's what needs to be done to get the key. Here, we need to avoid this beast trap by running. Oh yeah. Oh, look. The weather suddenly changes and we need to avoid lightning, while doing everything else. The damage is huge if you get hit. We then find our first weapon, while avoiding another lightning trap. If you fall or die, you lose your weapon, but thanks to save states I am able to keep it for the whole game. Here we learn that walking in the fire quickly drains our HP. More falling spear traps, and here we have another glimpse of what's to come. This not so hard platforming mixed with traps. I got lucky here and avoided the falling tree trap because I thought there was some kind of secret. But hey, wouldn't you guess it, there's more. Right before we get ambushed, I try to cheese them. I need to backtrack and find the key, and this jumping section is also a taste of what's to come. Hey, our first boss. I die a few times, but learn that you just need to walk clockwise around him. Just enough. Hit and walk, hit and walk. After each stage, you can buy a weapon, mystery item, food, bombs, and save the game. Yeah, between each stage is the only time you can save. If you fail before reaching this, it's back to the last save or start a new game. Here we go, stage 2. I'm checking my moves when, again, luckily avoid a trap. You see this? The game just won't let you forget the danger. Avoid, avoid. Okay, a chest, what's in it? Another trap. Here we fight zombies and skeletons. The skeletons require you to jump on them after knocking them down. Took me a few tries to figure out. Spikes, chest, key. Here we're supposed to hit these tombstones, but doing so damages me. I guess we need to hit only the right one. The Bridge of Claws 1, enemies, explosive crate. Now it starts getting more and more interesting. Of course, I can easily try it out thanks to save states. But can you imagine even getting here alive? Again, it gets worse. A lot worse. These ghosts never stop coming. I tried. Not only that, there's a trap chest with homing attacks. What the hell? The Bridge of Claws 2. New enemies, maximum power which you can see down there on the right. You lose 1 bar for each death. Also a new weapon, the mace. Here we are, second boss. Now, thanks to our maximum power and new weapon, I am able to easily stun lock him. Easy fight. Health is full, I got a weapon, no need to buy anything, save and onto stage 3. This one is where things start getting chaotic, just like solving a puzzle. You need to start remembering where you are, where you were, where you think you have to go. This stage requires you to branch and go left and right, each one branching again until you find these pressure plates. More platforming that you can easily fall and lose a life. You have to fight 2 of these mini-bosses. They're not that hard, but you can't hurry. One wrong move and your HP will deplete quickly. Hidden platforms, second mini-boss. I won't show everything, you should just know that I often got lost and didn't know what to do. And again, it keeps getting worse. When you think you've finally done it and reached the boss, think again. There's still a big part left. You need to get 2 keys, one from each side. How could you get this far without losing all your lives? Anyway, enemies, more enemies, lots of chests and one of them a deadly trap. I tried. There's no way to open it, it's just a trap. Another tombstone to hit, another unavoidable damage, or maybe it's just a bad sequence, whatever. Another side, more chests, no traps this time. Funny enough, they didn't put a boss at the end of this stage. Just a really big enemy wave after everything you had to do. On to stage 4. This is where the game starts showing its true face. No more disguise. It just wants you to fail and give up. It's all uphill from now on. Traps all the way. You can fall, you can be hit, you need to avoid ghosts. When you think you can breathe, BAM! Another exploding chest. At least this stage is straightforward. You can't really get lost here. But the number of pitfalls is turned up to 11, and there's a mini-boss. There's this timed puzzle that you need to do just right. Twice, of course, because why not? When we get to this room, we need to avoid these fireballs, while activating stuff around the room, which then opens the portal and lets us advance. Stage done. Well, of course. The game lies and we need to defeat a boss before proceeding. I say lie because so far we could save between each stage, and now we can't even do that anymore. If we lose all our lives, we have 3 continues. After that, it's game over, straight to the main menu. This fight is hard. After we defeat it, the demon gets pissed and onto the next stage. This stage is really hard, lots of traps, no room for error at all. Poisonous slimes that keep moving, rolling boulders to keep you awake. Not this bridge. It may look like I'm doing this for fun. I'm not. I know. I know what you're thinking about me and my gaming skills, but yeah. Once it's done, ambush, and a mix of poisonous slimes and falling pillars. Come on, look at this. You avoid the spiked pistons only to be hit by another pillar. And this, you're carefully avoiding the slimes and BAM! Spike to the face. Again, slowly avoiding the slimes and trying not to fall and BAM! Pillar to the face. But, of course, using the power of the save stage, we reload and try again. Should be easy. Avoid the slimes, avoid the pillar. Not this time, game. BAM! Spike to the face. It's so funny watching this now, but that wasn't the case when playing through it. Anyway, moving on, I reach the golden door and get lost trying to find the key. Finally find the elevator, reach this part where we need to outrun the spikes, more dangerous jumping on these moving platforms, and would you guess it? When I finally make it, BAM! Pillar to the face. Yeah. Then, a trap chest with dynamites, and this is when I finally discovered that we can use a charged up attack with weapons. But it's useless. Not only you need to charge it, you lose the charge if you get hit. It uses HP, and while you're spinning, you can still be hit. So what's the point? I also discovered we can use a backflip, or flash kick. Just need to press the kick and quickly press backwards. It isn't useful, it's hard to pull off, and it's slow. Enemies usually hit you or walk away before it hits them. But it looks cool. Throughout the game I keep trying to use it for fun. After opening the golden lock, I get hit by another pillar, of course. Fight a few spiders. It's cool that if you kill them before they drop from their web, they die hanging. Very nice touch. Then another series of traps. And here we finally meet the boss, a giant spider. This is a very tough fight. This is one of the few moments that I just couldn't understand how to beat it if I were to play it without any help. I mean, I am somehow able to stun lock it, but I didn't find a pattern to achieve that, you know. This would be a pain to replay if you were to lose all your lives and continues. Now, this next level was the worst in the whole game. It's huge, full of things you need to do to finally unlock the next step or chest or key. I got lost so many times, I had to backtrack again and again and again, and everything looks the same. There are these invisible paths and moving platforms, and you keep going from one to the next, trying to find where you're supposed to go. Of course, all that while avoiding traps, killing enemies, trying not to fall or be pushed by your enemies. I have no doubts, this is the worst stage in the whole game, when it comes to layout and what where you need to do or find. And it goes on and on and on. I hated it. Going back and forth trying to find the correct path. After a long time I found it, and here we go, the boss, a dragon. The fight isn't too hard and we get a really cool reward. We get to ride it. Oh yeah. I find it funny that we make a stop at the shop to buy stuff and save the game, and then continue to fly it, at least until it gets tired of us and rebels, throwing us off on this island. Here we find two new kinds of traps, explosive coconuts and these sensitive plants. Get close enough and they'll open up, exploding soon after with a slow but far-reaching and deadly shockwave. I get lost here and lose minutes trying to find where to go, again, and finally see the floating platform on the water. You need to jump on it, not easy to find the correct position. Of course, we need to avoid sea dragons and their attacks. After activating this pressure plate, we can use this handy door to get back. Yes, I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking it too. Maybe I could have used this door before. I loaded a previous save state and tried. No, you can't. You must use the floating platform, and that door is a one-time use to return. This is me trying everything the game has to try and make it open. Moving on, this is another really hard moment if playing this game without help. These shock barriers are no joke. You must avoid them twice while trying not to fall. We get more of these biting spikes that kill you even if you touch them, and reach a mini-boss. You have a small window of time to hit its core, and then have to avoid the seeking attack, while waiting for the core to be exposed again. Not too hard after you learn the pattern. We get to this bridge with only a sliver of HP, which proved to be quite challenging. It's another homing attack, and this one is faster than me. Can't outrun it. After dying many times, I figure we need to jump over it like a jumping rope. About 4 times. Again, the same mini-boss, but this time I was able to kill it quickly, though not at the first try. This is another part that must be hell if playing without help. We need to cross this river by jumping on these explosive moving barrels without falling. I get lost for a while, and turns out I should have crossed only the first river, gone to the right, back, and then crossed the second river. No problems, just had to backtrack. Not long after, another bridge with about 3 of these homing attacks. And our boss for the stage. And E-Honda wannabe. He's hard. While I couldn't find a surefire way to easily kill him, I can see him being defeated with lots of patience, or brute force like I did. He doesn't get stun locked, but you can damage him enough before he finally hits you. Of course, this is considering you can get to him with a lot of HP, a weapon, and full power. Good luck on that. We board his ship and get teleported again to hell or whatever this is, and the devil or whatever he is, to fight another of his minions. This one reminds me of True Ogre from the Tekken series. The fight is hard. For a moment I think I got him stun locked, but he attacks me anyway. I use a bomb to get it done faster, and soon he's dead. The devil gets pissed and we move on. We start here, it's snowy, and we get a crate to help us. BAM! A trap to remind you of what you're playing, just in case. A few enemies, another chest, and BAM! Another trap, because you must know your place. So far, it's a pretty easy stage. Then we get to this small passage and an avalanche kills us. We practice our backflip against this red ninja. Avoid falling platforms, falling boulders, falling platforms, fall on a previously activated trap chest. Right here we need to wait for a boulder that can come from either side and use its momentum to reach the top, with bear traps and spikes above. Then we reach volcanic activity, bear traps, eagles, more bear traps, archers, end of stage. Well, kind of. We need to kill this dragon first. This one is an easy fight. Stay in the corner, shoot kunai at his face, jump to avoid attacks, and sometimes walk to avoid air attacks. After entering the cave, we are approaching the end of the game, and things get really hard. Enemies are hard. We have this mining cart platform section, ghost skeletons, explosive rolling barrels. Look at this, you can't walk onto or off the elevator, you need to jump. But if the elevator isn't at the top, then it's okay if you drop down. What? But not always? Sure. Moving on, we have a mini-boss. He is very manageable. Basic hit and run stuff. He's slow. After him, we get to one of the top 5 hardest parts of the game. You have to jump on the correct platform. Thanks to save states, I can learn and succeed by trial and error. How could you possibly cross this part without losing all your lives and continues? After many tries, I finally did it. Moving on, more enemies, trap chest with 4, homing attacks that can fully deplete your HP, later reaching the second mini-boss, same as before, and then we move to the next stage, the last location we will explore in the game. We begin by tumbling down this big tunnel that doesn't seem to end, get ambushed, ride a slow moving platform again, this time avoiding more dangerous attacks or trying to. Yeah. Being the last location, everything is harder, and this time it's a big place. I got lost a lot. There's spikes with flames, rivers of lava with sinking rocks, crushing spiked rocks. No, here is something really irritating. After you get the key and activate the golden lock, a platform spawns. If you don't cross it in time, it collapses and you need to go back and find the key again. Why? I had made a save state just in time. I was able to make it. More crushing spikes, another golden lock falling platform, a series of traps, spiked balls, homing volcanoes, another killer chest, backtracking, fading bridges that we need to jump just in time, trap chest. This also was one of the hardest puzzles of the game so far. I didn't know where to find the second golden key. I guess I spent so long looking for it that I stopped recording, and unfortunately all my save states are after that. What I needed to do was, you see these floating platforms? You need to stand on the middle one and it goes higher than the others, allowing you to reach a somewhat hidden upper level. And anyway, moving on and skipping the traps and enemies, we finally reached the boss, a warlord samurai. He is very hard. You can't always hit him, your attacks just go through him as if you were attacking the air. Only after he does a couple melee attacks is that your attacks can actually hit him, and after 3 hits, you need to wait and repeat. There is no safe position, he can hit you from anywhere. Finally, we reach the final boss, the devil himself, and it's really easy. I mean, after everything we have to go through, this is such an easy fight, as if the game wanted to show mercy after making you suffer so much. And this is the ending. I guess we get his power or soul, and we use it to banish him once and for all. There are cheats for this game, just like most games of old. If you pause the game and press
L2, R2, L2, 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 R2, 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 circle, triangle, square,
you hear a chime and turn into a skeleton with infinite HP, maximum lives, bombs, magic and power, but you can still die from falling. It's funny, but there's nothing else to it. And that's it, this is the game. Oh, well, you know. It's a good game if you play it like I did. Had lots of fun and lots of frustration. Would I ever recommend it to anyone? No, it's too hard. Will I ever play it again? No, once was enough. Still, it's amazing when you think about it. This game was released in 1998. It's a big journey with nice graphics, nice movies. The soundtrack is forgettable and doesn't bother. You don't really have time to focus on it because you're always trying not to die. Thanks to a friend for recommending it to me. Unlike my other videos, I had not played this game before, and overall, it was a very enjoyable experience. I used that to try this new format, longer and more complete. Sometimes showing the game can be more entertaining than saying a few quick words. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have suggestions or anything at all. If you want to help the channel, you know what to do. Hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!